Hey everybody, welcome to G4G on YouTube. Today we're going to talk about something that I came this close to kind of giving you guys a giant shock over. If you're a Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux fan and you've been following the channel for some time, you'll know that in the comment section, I get pretty angry when this question comes up. And I often start each Marvel Avengers Alliance video by telling you it's not coming to mobile. It's not. Don't talk about it. Don't ask about it. It's not fair to Goofy to split his attention from a Windows-based product that he also has to try and make accessible to Mac users and to a lesser degree Linux users. However, when it comes to Linux, when it comes to Macs, there are emulators for Windows, so even if it's not going to directly play on the Mac architecture, the Mac OSs and everything, or be compatible with Linux builds and everything like that, there are at least Windows emulators. Therefore, you should be able to eventually get around to playing the game. Now, remember, Goofy is a one-man band. He's not a big, huge studio. It's not Playdom. It's not Netmarble, it's not Kabam, it's not Dickie Dick Nuts House of Mobile Gaming or something like that. He's a dude who is out of the... I'm not going to say the goodness of his own heart, because that sort of belies exactly what's happening. But out of the skills of his own brain and the coding challenge that this breaks, and a love of the game, and a love of giving this game back to people where it was so unceremoniously taken from us in 2016. It's a little bit wrong and sometimes rude to think, mobile, where's my mobile? And Oliver Twist over here and go, please sir, may I have some mobile, please? I've always kind of aggressively defended his time for that. He's not sicking his watchdog on me. He's not asking me, hey, shut these people up. We're disassociated from each other on that. I do it simply as a layer of foam padding around him so that he continues to work on getting the Windows version out there, because that's where the majority of us are going to play. And I still stand by the statement I've made in several of the older videos that where the hell were you people when the mobile versions were out? I mean, yeah, there was a good amount of iOS players because iOS had the good version of the mobile version of the game. The Android version of the game, which was also the Windows Store version of the game, not the Windows 8 and 10 Store version, although a little bit. We're actually talking about the Windows mobile phones when there was a Windows Mobile OS out there. So Android and the Windows version were the same, and they were raw garbage. You know, if you played the Android version, you know it was raw garbage. Don't try and tell me it wasn't. The world does. Playdom does. The Facebook players know it. The Playdom players know it. Hell, even the iOS players know it. Sorry you guys got the complete shit end of the stick. It was hot garbage. Well, one of the times that I went looking for Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux footage on YouTube, because some people had been stealing other people's footage and passing the video off as their own. Now, the biggest of which has been taken care of, but there were other YouTubers on the MAR project who got the tester builds like I did streams and everything like that. And some of us found that our footage was in other people's hands. Sometimes they were pawning it off on their own. Sometimes they were simply giving misinformation. One channel got completely struck down because of an attempt to use the footage to gain coders for a paid project, and nobody's exchanging any money for this project whatsoever, so that was a complete lie. And there was another channel that was using it, and unfortunately after one strike, YouTube ran some algorithms and realized there were a couple others that synced up, and he got another strike. Well, in one of my researches, I came across what I believe to be a Spanish language video that said that there is a way to run it on mobile. I said, okay. I have to be honest with myself. I've repeatedly told people, don't ever expect it on mobile. Don't try it. Don't ask for it. Don't blah, blah, blah. And I said, it's not fair if I use my own biases to never cover the topic if I find information out on it. To be honest, I would rather eat humble pie. I would rather eat a steaming plate of crow. I would rather admit that I was wrong if potentially it could make people happy and open up the game a little bit. And that's something that I've always promised to you guys on my channel, no matter what the topic is. If there's information and then there shows up counter information to a video that I did, I will talk about it, even if I was, a proponent of whatever direction the story was going. Well, I tested it with Alpha 4, and it didn't work too well. What I'm about ready to show you, mostly because Alpha 4 was a bit of a weird version where some people got some lag on PC. They never had it before. People where it did work on their Macs, it suddenly stopped. So I said, all right, I'm going to flush 4. We're past 4 now. We're getting to 5. I'm going to pretend 4 doesn't exist. And when 5 comes out, I'm going to try something. I'm not going to tell anybody yet until I try it with 5, because I can't go by what's going on with 4. Well, I'm about to show you guys something. Don't get your erections going. Not yet. Don't bonify yourselves. Don't go getting all wet in the crotchless panties here. It's something. It's not the thing. So don't get super excited. Don't think a baseball is about ready to get knocked out of the park. It still could potentially be a foul ball here. So just hold on. So the first thing that you want to do for this process is go to the App Store for Android. And you're going to want to get yourself a particular app called SWF Player Flash File Viewer. Now, there is a couple of them by this company. There is the ratings are shit, but then there's the Pro one, and then I think there is another one that is also by them, but is maybe an older version. I wound up getting rid of the first one that I tried, and I tried this one that says last updated January 14, 2019, fixed Adobe Air runtime support. Contains ads. Nah, don't worry about the ads too much with this. So this is the one, red icon, red dots, SWF Player, Flash File Viewer by a company called ISSSMISSIPPI. You may also want to get this one called RAR. RAR Lab, published by WinRAR GmbH. The video that I encountered said AndroZip. I don't recall if I had issues with it, but RAR not only covers RAR files, but it also covers zip files. So you may as well get RAR just in case. Once you have installed these two things, go ahead and get the link to Alpha 5 from my Alpha 5 video. It's very easy. If you go and pull up Chrome on your Android device, which for some reason BlueStacks doesn't always show some of my icons of installed things lately, you could go over to Chrome and you can go to the video, and if you long click down on the link in the video comments, you can copy it. You can copy the link. You can then open up another tab or click back here in Chrome and paste in the link. Now you can go the MediaFire route, or you can go the Mega route. I did the MediaFire route because there are a lot of countries where Mega doesn't work. Ergo, why not test it with MediaFire? It's the more universally workable one. So then you download it. When you download it, it appears in your download directory right over here. So here it is. As you can see, I downloaded it to download tonight. MAAR5 0.5.zip 661 megabytes. When you go into it, you're presented with the MAR 0.5 folder. If you click this checkbox and then hit the up arrow one, so in case you're not familiar with Windows zip applications, Windows RER applications, if you haven't grown up with these like I have, I go all the way back to PK Unzip and RER and ACE and WinAce and WinRAR and all that shit. The plus means make a package. It literally means add stuff to a compressed file. The up arrow means extract stuff, take stuff out of the file. So check this, hit that, and it's going to say, well, alright, well, where do you want me to download it? Or where do you want me to extract it? I hit browse, and what I did is I browsed into my download folder, and I hit OK, which then takes me back to this screen, says, okay, I'm going to extract it to your download folder in a folder called MAR 0.5. We do not want to check do not extract paths, at least for the first attempt on this. Make sure this is unchecked. Make sure that's unchecked. You can say yes to ask, and you can say display extracted files. When you click OK, it will extract them, and for me, even on BlueStacks, emulating Android on a very good computer, it took a while. It was 5 or so minutes, so if you're in a piece of shit Android phone, you may as well put the phone down and go make yourself some dinner, because it's going to be a while. If you're on a really good phone, put the phone down and have yourself some nice pumpkin spice latte if you're a basic white dude, or, you know, make some seasonal hot chocolate or something. When you come back and everything is extracted, come back to your applications and go to SW Player Free. Hit local files over here, and it's going to say, alright, well, where do you want to go? Go into the download folder. And now you will see, so here's the RAR or the zip file, and then you'll see this one called MAR 0.5. Go into that, and this is the main folder as if you were on Windows. So if you were in Windows, you would go to this one that says maredux.exe and you run it. Well, we're not on Windows, we're on Android. So this one that says maredux.swf over here, this is the one you're looking for. Now, I ask that all pregnant women and all small children please exit the roller coaster because things are about to get pretty bumpy. We're going to click on it. And look what happens. When it was 4, it just basically came to the loading assets screen and it stopped. I was like, well, that was a fun experiment. Oh well. And then I was like, well, 4's got some issues. Let me hold off and see what happens with 5. Well, 5 is here, and I noticed, I was like, uh-oh, it's responding to my clicks. Wait a minute. So I hit new game, and I hit start, and this is where it stops. Just where Marvel Avengers Alliance 4 stopped. I don't know Flash coding well enough. I don't know Shockwave coding well enough. I don't know how a Flash file in the Android architecture is going to work, but it seems like potentially we could be down a right path over here. If the Flash file, my guess, okay, I do know some Android coding is I've worked with jailbroken devices before, and I've worked with some INI files and adjusting paths directly in a file for things. Very rudimentary, very light. I don't know why it stops at this screen over here. I don't know if potentially it's calling a path that doesn't exist. That is a distinct possibility, because like if you were on Windows, the Flash file could say, okay, look in this directory, look in this directory, look for the file, let's go. This is the same structure as the Windows version. It is literally identical. It is the same. I'll go ahead and show you guys side by side over here. So D drive MAA. See, there's MAR 0.5. Look at that. It's the same structure as Windows. When you are on Windows, you call the exe, which then probably calls the main shockwave file, which then somehow does what it's supposed to do. I don't know how to get out of the shockwave file that you started with into the rest of the game. If you happen to know somebody who knows shockwave files well enough or knows Android coding well enough, maybe you can pull this information into something working. I'll try another shockwave file, which I haven't done yet. So here's one called Team Management. So it's doing some stuff. I mean, it's active, but it's not responding to clicks at all. It's just kind of... It's doing a Christmas tree thing here. It's doing blinker lights on your Christmas tree. Which, by the way, I am completely a fan of colored lights at Christmas. You could call me tacky. You can call me old-fashioned. I hate white lights on... just plain white lights on trees. I hate plain white lights on houses. Yes, I know it's nicer looking. I know it's more concise, and there are people who live in developments where the housing development, the HOA, will tell you you're not allowed to do colored lights. It has to be white. I like colored. I think it's more fun. I think it's less boring, less stiff, less stodgy. So this could be one of the potential files where it hangs on this too. I don't really know what to do to tell you guys how to go from here. I don't know if it means that it's not finding directories that it's looking for, or that the Windows version has a way of referencing its paths that Android doesn't use. But this is about as far as it can get right now. I mean, here it's active again. It's kind of blinking there, but there's nothing that we can do. So that's all that I can tell you guys. It means the potential is there. It's just not there yet, and all I can do is hand off this information to somebody and say, here you go, this is what I did. Here's how I downloaded it. Here's how I extracted it. It stops at the shockwave file level and then just kind of dies from there. I'm sorry, I don't know where to get it to go further over here. I mean, whoops, wait a minute. Okay, nope, no, don't want that. Get out, go away. This could maybe be an issue. Maybe it tries to get into this folder and it can't, and this error means something to somebody who knows Android coding well enough. Here's another one. Well, that's an XML. Maybe that's part of the issue. Maybe it's calling an XML and Android doesn't know what to do with XML files. Say, okay, no activity found to handle intent, act android.intent.action, view data, content com, ISIS flash player, flash provider, external files, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's because we're in the application. If we were in a file browser, I don't know, but maybe that's what it is. Maybe the pro version will help. Maybe what's going on is that this utility doesn't know what to do with XML files. So maybe you go into the Shockwave file and you pick start game. It's like, okay, let me call this XML file. And then this application is like, I don't know what the fucking XML file. What is this, soup? I don't know what to do with this. Do I paint with this? Do I eat this? Do I give it to the cat? So maybe that's what's going on. The point is, I've railed against the fact that this could be on mobile for a long time now. And it looks like maybe the Pro version only just does no ads. Maybe it's not. But if you're good enough to know code and you know what you're doing, then maybe what the issue is that the Shockwave file player doesn't know how to get out of a Shockwave file and call an XML. And maybe that's what that error means, and maybe that's where this all crashes down, is that it doesn't know how to handle XML, therefore it can't run the rest of the application. If you're good enough, maybe you can figure out a way to fix that, and then maybe you can get it on mobile. This would be the simplest way to get it on mobile, because what would happen is you would always be able to take the Windows version, extract it on your phone somewhere, and simply go to the SWF rather than the executable, just like Macs. I mean, Macs use a Linux-derived operating system to a degree, and Linux and Android themselves are kind of in bed together. They're not that far off. I'm saying there's potential. This does not mean to ever come to my videos and say, what's up with a mobile version? Can Goofy do a mobile version? That is not the intent of this video, and don't take it as a chance to ask those questions or talk about it. I will still run over your house with a tank if you start pushing for mobile versions. The only way a mobile version can happen is if it happens naturally and accidentally with what we do with the Windows version. If there is another developer out there who can take what Goofy puts out and they do the work for an Android version, that's fine. If a month down the road Beta 1 comes out and then Beta 2 comes out and we upload it, and you're a good Android coder and you're like, I know how to fix this, I know how to fix it, and you want to take that Beta 1, that Beta 2, Alpha 6, the release, whatever, and you want to make the modifications so that it works on Android, fine. More power to you. We're all going to be glad for you, and we're going to be glad for the Android users who can't get this on the computer. But do not expect at all the main team to work on an Android version unless something drastic changes. I will not entertain questions about the mobile version on my comments, on my videos, on Facebook, on Discord. It's still just, again, like Negan said last year, I will shut that shit down. Don't do it. But there is potentially a smidget of hope. Ask Santa Claus what you want. Ask Santa Claus if he can get it to you for Christmas. When he asks you what you want, just say, Santa, I want Marvel Avengers Alliance Redux on my Android. Maybe he'll give you a choo-choo train. Maybe he'll give you the fucking game. I don't know. But don't talk about it until we literally hand it to you and say, here you go. Have fun. Play it. Got it? Get it? Cool. See you guys later. Cool. See you guys later.